Maera de Chewu Jesu riba odi oja beba asendi ribesio Finesse simo Masume bandi Urawu chitemu Ota fobo Samno Nenya breshi Shese nipa Utono Maweni Nahoda Jeni free Maera de Chewu Jesu riba odi oja beba asendi ribesio Jesu riba ebiye prim asendi ribesio
Adofonum enenso yamamu nyina adwo emamu atenase obade nyankopon no borebore nyankopon no enhyira mo papa se kwesi ada nwumre bia ebo no nsia kan no bia atena fidi echi eba prepare edi yemre e program e de ba wakwan so e wo home based tv sanso na adofo a ehwe e wo royal tv e na trinity tv so nyankopon ti asofo no enhyira mo papa na wabra wo hwe e wo home based tv no ma yemfi yes stream live e wo facebook na Facebook for no mo share no mo boa yen papa because a dom and a share program no temesro bo modra ne ko home based TV e Facebook o do TV e chikura na so phone no e smartphone akọ ne like program no na share said the way other people so a omni access to TV no also bet me nya program ni bi ahwe eno echi no ye de WhatsApp line up to screen so patro e no memfre ne mum so wo message bi a send fa so ebra na ye beje brain ye asem bisa na no ana say contribution no ya comment on it at the amount we shall so safa and my come home ne emphasize that kese so Mr. Free ene ne yire Mr. Free yire ya tese o ma me papa o nyina afrim man e ho yankopon en show den papa na we nim se wo sorry anopa no e be san a share view iti yankopon ankasa en chekere wo re enu achi na dofo a mo na mutietie sika kakran na moto e de mane no Ihu nyankopon enhyira mo papa mo adaroma na program yi ye da so won frama mu jai pe na chese mframa sa wo program the program is dead into ye besre mo monton koso and send this kind of family instead of ya e bit na tete ye nkwaban mu ne lipa dodo na te kokobo no because e braka no e tiawa I can assure you that na kame ho so ne emphasize that ma obi te say Elder Evans Labaleshi SDA Church any team na e ho no mo amade na ba be kan yensa de ye wo kan ne say ihu nyankopon onhyira mo na mo asem mu read the biara da nyame enhyira mo so hwe me suit hwe me fefefe ya edete ya eno so efri ohima ya santo abitik na me nkire wachiri o konkran so efri runs park ena ekom melkom wo so won saben kum so pe wotra ya na odu melkom ena efri soro ne isane ban so a wotra melkom a won sani fa so ubenya designer we be beda ho slim fit ashe kama e won for wedding offices sorry nyina na yade awokwa shirt any suit today or the baburu okra intimation so sanfa emayen ye from asuafo de share kofi kakari nyame akoa e wo menche wa ha evangelist Joseph Anane evangelist mo adwo akwa ba ye ne yankopon shira papa amen chese usipe se de ya no kure bi ehinta bia ibe ide pie na dodo epe no kure no hu no kure no na no kure na ye o ma de share nyame enshira papa and the topic I share no eye de ya say we part 3 aye the wrath of God nyankopon bufuo no ene ye kofa etoso ennan nti modo am hwe brofo no na ditwi ena ye de ba nti evangelist nyankopon bufuo ofa etoso ennan
very well yenda nyankopon ase
that's right
enra ye koye asore wo kaswa say announcement has say
okay
one apostle queen na oda revival ministry anu wo kaswa
that's right
onyankopon o se ebre nyina nyankopon kasa kira ne ba na aka ti se no Cornelius aka obi oba kire no kwan yi enti na ono no otenka ona de suamu se homeda bi wo
that's right
na enam program ye yeso e ma fei obanyam nchemu ne tiase
that's right
tenra yakohwe no or 2 branches. Nina, their comments for my ambassador for manage.
Wow.
General ya koy na ye no nyina ekoso na
menim so obi so tie a wo no so pese osi na dwene pi na emum bibi ka kire se twen kakra mesro Yesu kura ka kire Judas said the oil yo na ntem because a brain go
good na mefa sa akonya yi enso no na makai enuano mu aka se mom twetwa mo na ase enre nya wo bi no me na mensusu ye announcement no e be free as far as go mo afete
wow
e bai e be free bodum bram ofanko mom nyina e bai
that's right
eti no meche wo nyina ba ko mienu bi aye opening Bisma Otu e na Samson akon
okay
meche wo nyina adwumre so mo tie nyame nyankopon hram fine na ye na ya hwefo ase titiri wo mo a emma ye mobile money na ye de support to my day ye do mo ase enyo mo anka ye na hankasa ye ntra hankasa nyankopon hram bebre na ye ka so nyankopon bofo a the wrath of God eno ne de ye besua no ene anwumre we ye ofeto so enai
that's right
ya megidi se ye de bewi anwumre na neso nyankopon ye mobo a ye de support fro aba
that's right
good onyankopon bofo na essence say ya ye ofedi kan mi no mi ensanti me pese me komechi bebre me mo de atwa mo no tofa ye wono ma bi a esisi asase so a Bible share no say yenum eye onyankopon abufu
that's right
enti Ezekiel 14:21 Ezekiel actually no etedu na chemodu no ba ko no obo ekom ene krante emwa boni ene esanyade
and grant ni gina homa akon akosem
ni mojasem
that's right
eno we mu no osi eka onyankopon bufu esan ye ohaw musu
that's right
brafo na kan the place osan so try no atemu ena ye no edwumadie ni ato no onyankopon abufu
that's right
tino se onyankopon bufu be yi ni ho adia wohunu wo sa nyoma ya ya bobo mu enye no nko Kristo san ebobo ebi ewo Lucas empa to do no ba chemu to ba kon to edonu me no so Luke 21:11 and 25
okay
e won so kan se asase wo so akase e kire nyankopon bufu nyankopon ya don a kwase da be ye ba ne sia ye be ye video bi esi enra
okay
na metie mu nsem kakra se na esi abodem nyasampefo no enya answer de ba ne omo kind of volcanic eruption esi ewo epoase mepia bonten wow BBC aka CNN ka Jazeera aka na eho video ho video yenya enra no a yenya video no
na ja epie free asase yem eba no se dia kwa pie wo
epu yem ankasa na epia bonten no se ekosoro 20 kilometers which will be about 12 miles every pono so eko bimu ojane ti kosoro sa ansa na baba bonten na mayedin
enye me sisi wiase o
mayedin yeti ono
okay
onfo mo kire mumra yesu eba ye dia dance ye beba
that's right
good entino ye kaso nyankopon bufu a Kristo kan sa asase so akase okan kom okan yarwa pestilences and okan ehudie fearful sights any sanchana akase great signs na nyana no beba ewo onyankopon bufu bere and o to aso no o se ebi be firi owie no osame ni nsoma mu na ebema awonyehia so aba amanamamu amanamamu betobra eno kan se epo enso beta ne hye esa epo na so chia ewunti
that's right that's Luke chapter 21 verse 25
very good wo mu nyina aye onyankopon abufu
that's right
na awiase ato ni din omo fa ne climate change ye ne omo ntwe omo kan brofo yeso ye kan ye brofo sa na ye kire mo se wo hwe nyankopon bufu a eba ye bra Israel honam ebe free Misraim honam na akọ Canaan asase ye honam literal Israel epie literal Egypt no mo call literal Canaan wo hwa esi won komisha bi achi nyankopon ma Abraham emfie ahanan ewo Genesis 16 verse 15
that's right
sanso na no esa emfie ahanan eso ye no nyankopon san ne bufu mu ena ekoba ese yekunkum Misraim for makan emwo ne nipa ema Israel for gina no so edi twam apahye no mo de pie free Misraim sanso na apoba na apamfoforo twere no mu a enkom shantintintin bi o Daniel actually metre mo twetche mo dunai Daniel 8:14 ewie in the year 1844 sa na
enfiem pinu ahasa enti ubu akonta no a eba bewie
1844.
That's right.
Good. Sabra ni ewura apamufuro abakosem. Enti se you do safi no 1844 no. Onyankopɔ bofo no ebe hya ase.
Okay.
Enti no Bible suamu no every 1844 eba no. Se sa ekom asaso so akese nkrante senkyerene ebesi owiem poso no se afi Christopher yedi akiri ne ehu. Nienti a etwa se eba ne se. San commission kyerɛ sɛ saa commission na dodo no kwa wie a Nyankopɔn atemmuo bɛ hyɛ aseɛ.
Wow.
Nyankopɔn atemmuo no so no bɛ hyɛ ase a na ɛne Genesis atwerɛ no baabi a Nyankopɔn ka sɛ me honhom ɛni nipa Genesis chapter 6 verse 3
nipa mu nkosi da.
Enti atemmuo brɛ mu no Onyankopɔn honhom atwe ne ho mfiri asase so. Meka ne saa na mepa akyerɛ mu sɛ Onyankopɔn adon ne mobrohu a ɔde bɔ nipa ho ban no ɛso bɛte kakra ɛso tie no na Onyankopɔn bofuo no ɛpie ba.
Wow.
Enti no saa bere ne benya Onyankopɔn bofuo ɛne adom a ɛdi afra.
That's right. Ekosi sabre no.
Because yes. Efri saa bere ne ba no ɛne benya ne saa.
Okay.
Nyankopɔn atemu. Onyankopɔn bofuo ɛne ne mobrohu a ɛdi afra. Ehwie gu nipa so. Enti no wabrɛ so no ebufo no bɛhyɛ sɛ no kan sa sɛ ɔma ne huhum anipa ntina da ɛno yɛ 120 years but ɛso yɛ no no ka Genesis 6:13 sɛ honam nyina wie yɛ den aba
Mani.
ɛhɔ de ebufo ne ba mobrohu ka ho.
Oh, okay.
Ɛnti na ɔma osuo tɔ yɛ enaduanan ɛtɔ yɛ zo nso no anso hɔ a osuo no ka asase no so ɛnam akoma ha na aduonum. Na oyɛ nipa no wɔwu a 150 days
How can you survive?
Ne hwa de. Enti ɔka sɛ honam nyina wie aba omanim no adi pɛpɛɛpɛ.
Okay.
Now, yɛyɛ brɛmu no saa na bɛyɛ. Sɛdeɛ yɛ wɔ Misraim no, saa pɛpɛpɛ na ɛbɛkɔ no. Misraim deɛ no yɛaka na ɔfa de kan mmienu ne mmiɛnsa no. Na mɛhwɛ kakra firi hɔ bio. Wɔn sɛ Misraim brɛ so no, ɛhyɛ kakra de kɔsi sɛ afei Nyankopɔn fo no ba ɛrɔ a yɛkunkum Misraim fo amakan no.
That's right.
Yɛyɛ brɛmu no, ɔma yɛn ahwɛsɛm ɛwɔ anaso ɔma yɛ ahwɛsɛm wɔ de sɛmɛtire nson. Ɛmu baako de kɔsi mmiɛnsa. Abɔfo ba nan a wɔn kura asase mframa
factor no nine mframa no.
Very good.
Na wɔse wɔn sɛ wɔnhwie Onyankopɔn abufuo na bɔfo baako bɛka kyerɛ wɔn sɛ wɔntwɛn.
Yes.
Kosi sɛ ɔde agyinae bɛsisi Nyankopɔn nko amoma so ansa.
Exactly. Saa asɛm no saa bɔfo nan no kyekye wo mmienu kyerɛ sɛ wɔn mo na yɛama wɔn tumi sɛ wɔn ha asase ɛne ɛpo ɛne nnua. Saa brɛ no ɛna Nyankopɔn oyi ne mamu ɛmakan wɔn mo a Kristo ba bɛto wɔn no
ɛdi mu no so.
yes. Ɛte sɛ Israel ɔmo pie firi Misraim no sɛ Israelfoɔ no kɔ Misraim no ɛkyɛre.
That's right.
Onyankopɔn ka kyerɛ Abraham sɛ yɛ mfi ahanan te firi Abraham brɛ so a de bɛsi da no ɔmo pie no ɛkɔ nkyɛn sɛ mfi ahanan ɛso kora ma Paul ka sɛ 30 years kora bɛgu so saa na Galatians so ka ɔbɛnya na ɔmo bɛpie no na ebi awu.
That's right. Am esi wɔn esi wɔn do be nyina wɔn akora.
Saa ɛna yɛnya atiasefoɔ te atiasefoɔ no bɛkɔ no Nyankopɔn ka sɛ ɔmo yɛ nabakan.
That's right.
Akwala wo pani wo saa na ɔka kyerɛ Pharaoh Exodus 4:22 si Israel ɛyɛ mabakan.
That's right.
Ɔmo korɔ no Bible sɛ ɔmo fa Joseph nompe. Joseph yɛ awon toatoaso a edi kan yɛ kɔ Misraim no ɛhɔ na Joseph firi.
Okay.
Enti yɛ bɛkɔ Misraim no the old Israel ne odi kan tu ne nan esi Misraim.
Na nyane dompe hɔ.
Yes. Enti ye pagya ono dompe de so ayɛ sɛ yɛ de kɔ no ono gyina hɔ ma ewufoɔ dodoɔ no a ewu wɔ Nyankopɔn bɔhyɛ mu. Ɔno a yɛafa no kwan no ogyina ma saafoɔ.
Okay.
Tine ewufoɔ no kɔɛ. Ɛna akyɛsefoɔ no de so ewufoɔ no dompe ne ɔde kɔɛ.
That's right.
Right. Ɛna me kyerɛ mo sɛ Bible aka sɛ yɛn ha asase ha ko hanua de kɔsi sɛ yɛbɛsɔ Nyankopɔn ɛnko a ano. Na yɛsɔ ma no wie no Bible sɛ ɔmo na ɛbɛyɛ asase so amgyefo mo ɛmakan.
Ɛyɛ 144,000.
Enti no 144,000 no ɛbrɛ mu no ɛhɔ Nyankopɔn bofuo no yɛhu no wɔ kɛse.
Wow.
Enti sɛ saa na ɔma ne sisi ne yɛhu nsɛnkyerɛnne wɔ po so asase so nnua owia no nkrɔ ne ba no a ɛsɛ yɛ ɛte aseɛ no a yɛbɔ Nyame mpa yɛ so hu yɛ bɔbɔ no yɛ nkwa sɛ yɛhu sɛ Nyankopɔn ɔne yɛ ɛkasa.
That's right.
Na ɛno na dodoɔ na ɛntimi good. Wɔn ho sɛ Kristo yi saa nneɛma di akyerɛ yɛn no ɔbɔ yɛn kɔkɔ ɛdi sɛm etire dunan chichemunsia any and so Revelation chapter 14, 6 and 7.
Okay.
On say or say ohunbofo ahodenfo a wotu nam osum finfini. Na chese ne nan yanka fom
da bi da
ono so a wo wiem wafiri so ho. E na odi ene kase atia mo say ene kase no o se o chem ka kire ye wasase so amanaman kasa emusiokuo ni nipa nyina se munso nyankopon na mo hye na nyam
na temu don
no edu sa temu don no edon no ye sa 2300 years na ewie ye Daniel 8:14 ewie ye no eno na temu don no eduri.
That's right.
Eno ka se bonkoto de oyo osoro na asase eni ni mu nyina sa enti no nyankopon temu no ba bia ode yadwen esie ni enti na de bia da no me pese dodo a edo nyankopon Christopher dodo o mo do nyankopon o mo nkai se onyankopon ni mra de be bu yatai.
That's right.
Hwe se wona omampanin wona tun se didi kura no se wo po na omampanin ji wo advice du bu Ghana ban po a kai se wonya asem a
emra no ne bi tina so ene wadi
sa enti wona Kristo di adom nyina di adom mpo no ye tinini a wonya amane a odi ni mra be bu watai.
That's right.
Enti Christopher no a mo se Kristo adom tim mra ni won pacho mo hwe yi na ensa no a emo den a ye di ja abonefo no sansa no a ne di sa abonefo so mo hwe ni yi tine bofo no ka se mo so nyakopa na mo se ne onya fisara temo do ne dura na na ni berese.
Okay,
good. San kransem no ka ye no won wo se o ka wie ye no Christopher sha de ba ko so ne no won wo se bofo no ba Revelation 14:6-7 ne kransem no odima enipa so kasa mo si okro ne wa asase so na no si ya na Bible say obafo foforo di ekire ba e o to so mienu.
That's right.
Ono ba no say the Babylon ahwease enso so no bofo odi kan no wan kasa ne kransem no de bre Babylon o mo tie mi yi.
That's right. Ono de bre ni pe wasase
so nyina
na ne kransem na chi no na bofo ba kon so bai.
Yes.
Na ono no ntia mu ne se Babylon kese no ahwease na che se bia de odi kan no ne kokobo de bai no e bi wiase anya antum
sa suban a wiase dan na di ekire bofo odi kan no e ma bofo to so mienu e di suban ne etutu Babylon.
Oh, okay.
Tino ka se Babylon ahwease e fi se ye po sankransem tina me ka se dodo a ye po nyankopon mra ye po Kristo no o mo hwe ne yi na ehu anso ho enti no bofo no ka sa no nyankopon san soma de otoso miensa wono ba na fe o che wiase no mienu.
That's right.
Revelation 14:9 so no ka se obi nim
no koto aboa no ni boni no gina edi se na mama so ana ne nsa so a ono no obanum nyankopon bufuo nsa wahwie ne giregyina gu na bufuo kruwa.
Correct. So enti o ka sa no na che se wa wai asanani ono abiem na no ko sie no edi se tedu na chichemu du mienu e no kire ekuo ba ko se o si aha e na ahotifo bo aso
so na okita onyankopon bransem Yesu Kristo adanse
enti no nyina ne se enkransem no efiro no onyankopon enchen ba no eche wiase no mienu.
That's right.
Said the Misraim Israel for be free ho be ko bo sasa so a Misraim emu hye mienu nyamema ene omo onyankopon ba no sa na ye be free asase so akoye Kena hunhum a ye osoro Kena Kristo be fa de akono wiase no che mienu.
That's right.
Nyamema ene omo onyankopon ba enti bofo na ka se ana ahotie ko ba so aya me de pa se osanka to aso se wonu a omudo nyankopon bransem so ene Yesu Kristo chidi.
That's right. Na che se bona o nyankopon ma no.
Yes.
O from ahotefo.
Yes.
Wo kita suban mi no bi eno na mo dance
Sa
suban na se number 1 wodi o nyankopon bransem so
Mo.
na che edu ni nyina ena wo ji Yesu Kristo di etu mienu no ntem a enye yie
sanity.
okay.
Oh na asome kai wo ye bofo to so mi ansa no kransem na opa atemmo mu a mo so meto so num etire dum krochemu dunum ena 2 Corinthians 13:1
okay.
wo se adanse mienu so anasa miensa so adanse fo mienu anasa miensa ne ye nyina fa mu atai.
That's right.
Enti bofo de kan abekasa wapo de to so mienu de nka ko ne abeka ho enso so wapo de to so miensa so aka kiro se de wo yeyi
Ehun aso twe
ni ben ka kiro se ye bu atai fi se bofo na nkasa ka kiro se wonim na wotu nyankopon mra na che se wakoto aboa no agine gina hyede.
That's right.
Sana nkransam ni ti enti no o wi no ka se aha na hotie fo bwaso to wo mo edu nyankopon mra asem so no wo mu ni eku aka no aye wo mo a anye nti o moji aboa no agina hyede
mfimfin gina bia ni ho.
That's all. So enti what this are share two mono. Nyankopon ankasa wie bremu ena osan soma abofo a otoso enan a decent do watwe chechemo ba ko de kosi miensa sa abofo no a ono ba no wa fran kransa foforo bi amo di odi kan kransam no odi bae no obehye mo kina na o hye mo kina no obofo otoso mienu no na sem no pejae Every bonding no aye no or boy ho kokko ti no ba odi ne de Bible ka se tichemo de kan Revelation 18:1 o se o ba no okuta tumi kase ya modin kase sa ti odi wura asase mu no se asase shrine prekope e no gira ho ma nkransem no kwa be ko bia sa fa na nyina se Matthew 5:16 ka se mumma mwakwania enhren that's right asase so na be ko nyina fine and so ka se nenu nyaminti asaso hran ya na ye asempa no kwa beko ye safa na nyinara that's right na edi tumi na beko sa tumi ne de ko no emo kasa no eno ka se Babylon ahwease enti awie bremu wiase mo becha mienu no ye bebo wiase no kokko aka kiro mo se duo mo ye no eye Babylon suban enti no Babylon suban so de ye suban sa Babylon suban no eye osoma hodo ye di afra owiasom abosonsom ensuosom just say ya kan nyina afra eye Babylon
anything goes
bibi abi ekobi enti no kan se abaye ahomone nyina
atena ye ena o mateye
sanete ti o kasa ahomone nyina che so osoma hodo entro Nyankopon ya ahomone simple way me no ho me pam cho no kra ba ko
pe se muda
ma me kwana me kan kire osoma entry Kristo na iflo bonsam
that's right
me pam cho de so jitum osoma entry Kristo no iflo bonsam
that's right
tumi me no pe de wo biase ti monya botre ma ye nya tembu no kra ne wan ti me oni me kan kire wo
that's right
ye kwa nim fine enu ntina bofo no kawie ye no osemeti ani foforo bi firi osoro Revelation 18
me mai mo firi ni mu
yes
na mo anya ne boni ni bi na mo anya na so twen ni bi
enti Onyankopon wonkyekere obiara mu ba bi se mo nkwa de mempem asa mahye
ko hye mo
da bi enti no kan se wo se obi ka se me man a anso ka se nipa no owo ti se Onyankopon ka se le kasa no so ada yes
wa ya crowd so obeje enti wo fro se wo ye ne man na emu opese otu anamo bi anamo na ne se dwan free Babylon
wo de ne mo ja to enti oho kwan se ofro se
wo ye ne man
enti wo poa na no ahode ye ni hwie de ye ma
okay
so enti no hwe nkranse ma ye kan ya so ka se asase so ahemfo eni asase so dwadefo o ni Babylon abom
abodwaman
mo
na ne ta mu die so anya wo tam
sanity sa dwama mbɔ ne ye se wo do Nyankopɔn de ato ho so nso na woni nasɛm so
wow
aye dwaman ɛno ana akoso
because Kristo aware na safo enti onu nkuto ne se na safo no etie no se ne yere
enti sa ne ma ye koso a no Nyankopɔn o sanne ne kokobom se inipa dwen beba ne ho so se be ya de wo ye no obefiri mu aba
wow
enti kokobom ne Nyankopɔn sanne mu no ene ye kyire mo se Nyankopɔn bufu nso so no mobro hu efrem ti e be sha ase aba video a ye de kyire ye nse
adofo enne ye wo videos mako 13 a ye de be kyire nse mu de kyire nkakrakra ne Nyankopɔn na honhom so be mo ate ase no take firm decision for the Lord intimacy production say why crowd wa videos 1 to 2 wada roma mo room famaye.
Take a breath. Half of the oxygen on Earth comes from the trees, the other half from the ocean. It is necessary to the survival of all life on our planet. But today, the ocean is losing oxygen, and we should be worried.
Deoxygenation is a complicated word, I guess, for something which is relatively straightforward in one sense, and that's the fact that the ocean, like the atmosphere, contains oxygen, and it's the reduction in the amount of oxygen available in the ocean.
In both coastal areas and the open ocean, the disappearance of oxygen leads to dead zones, where life can't survive. This phenomenon is the consequence of various human activities, and also climate change.
Nutrient inputs from human activities Things like nitrogen and phosphorus coming from fertilizers, from farmland, coming from sewage, fossil fuel combustion in power plants and automobiles. Fertilize the water and grow phytoplankton. And as we get all this additional biomass, all these plants and animals growing, and they die, microbes then decompose them and use up oxygen in the process. There are physical conditions that are also important. Climate change is increasing the temperature of the water column becomes stratified, and that keeps oxygen from the atmosphere from mixing into the water and replenishing oxygen as
Sweden's idyllic Baltic coast. A chilly spring has held back the tide of domestic tourists expected to hit these beaches due to foreign travel restrictions. But it's not such a pretty picture under the water. Rising global temperatures and the impact of fertiliser and sewage have caused huge areas with no or very little oxygen, known as dead zones.
The Baltic Sea is the largest human-induced dead zone in the world. It is somewhere around 70,000 square kilometers, and it can increase global warming at a rapid rate.
The Baltic zone may be the biggest, but the problem is worldwide, increasing by millions of square kilometers in the past half century. The so-called dead zones are either in small pockets along the coast where they lose or gain oxygen according to the seasons, or they're far out to sea where they can be pretty much permanent, cover vast distances, and they get worse the deeper you go. Seas like the Baltic have been a buffer against climate change, absorbing excess heat and carbon dioxide. But tests have shown that as surface water heats up, oxygen from the atmosphere can no longer get through, creating the dead layer beneath. So sea floors that should be full of vegetation and life are empty. It's one of the reasons cited in cases where thousands of dead fish have been washed up on beaches. Solutions have been tested in the Baltic, such as a wave-powered device to pump.
Evangelist or how better you at the actually. Yes.
On your pump phone, Yadima above one song, a decent children sent a mobile. Order Chemumi and Sanwa, or so above photos whom you or no say a bressona so fin a couple of gas as a swap. Say a pono I had to say the wood moja, a wufu moja. Yes. Revelation 16:3. So and the second angel poured out his veil upon the sea, and it became as the blood of a dead man. And every living soul died in the sea.
Okay.
And Nona, video I did can see a come as me. Autonographodine deoxygenation.
Okay.
Yes, or whom me a man quano, a son if you punum.
That's right.
My video to me, I just ran a boy. One say about 70,000 square kilometers.
Wow.
If I baby, I hold not a woo.
I bet I need Dead Sea.
Dead Sea, just say. I would be able to very well. Now, we share video can one day a world map number. Maybe a poor, so you know my Omodi Kokon, Ghana is Ghana. A poor that Ghana share sworn. Nifabino and Framanim, Abama and one young one. And Tabobia Kupia will be. Sir, it is one of Granny Philip.
That's right,
sir. Hey, Bible say, Nyakupo Bufu. Say a beba, say the best chassis a word, way a mumka crabby. And don't say you do not say ye number be a better a ponano. When the gungo or Oveka Kushi acid the womb. So Ghana, the only can say the fish were traumatized. I almost say, yeah, baby, Ako Cap. And see, I know a video a decline and the also me. Okay. Yen some and young somebody also. Okay.
Production video 3 to 5 and also Madara Mamu room for MIA.
We move on now to the devastation in the West. The Dixie Fire in Northern California raging right into the record books. The state's third largest wildfire in history now, with little signs of slowing down. Several people are missing. Heartbreaking images out of the gold rush era town of Greenville. Dozens of homes and businesses now gone. ABC's Zareen Shah reporting tonight from the fire lines.
Tonight, the largest wildfire in the nation continues to torch communities across California. The Dixie Fire rapidly exploding across 4 counties, burning nearly 450,000 acres, overwhelming firefighters. The containment level dropping overnight to just 21%. Authorities say 4 firefighters injured fighting the blaze, 1 recovering in the hospital. 5 people are now missing as the devastation of the fire is starting to emerge. More than 260 homes and businesses destroyed. In the town of Greenville, nothing but charred foundations and piles of ash. It looks like this for blocks. Homes and buildings that have withstood the test of time for over 100 years decimated. And car after car like this. Metal from this car turned into a puddle on this road. We went to the nearby town of Quincy, where residents have been evacuated, and met Teresa Hatch, who says she doesn't know where she and her family will go.
How are you supposed to start over? Where do you even begin to start over? Look at all these people that are in this place now. Where are they going to go?
More than 90 fires are burning throughout the West. The smoke from those fires spreading as far as the San Francisco Bay Area, causing residents to keep windows and doors shut. Even in Las Vegas, where the world-famous Strip is now hidden behind a smoky fog. Extreme heat and historic drought are now contributing to what is becoming the worst fire season in California.
State of emergency in Colorado, with thousands of people fleeing their homes as 2 fast-growing wildfires fueled by hurricane-force winds destroyed hundreds of homes. More than 17,000 people are still without power across the state. CNN's Lucy Kavanaugh live in Denver with more. Lucy?
John, this has been absolutely catastrophic and devastating for Colorado. This is already being described as the most destructive wildfire in Colorado history, with more than 500 homes burned. The expectation, unfortunately, is as day breaks, those numbers may rise.
2 wind-fueled wildfires sweeping through parts of Boulder County, Colorado on Thursday.
This fire is frankly a force of nature. Gusts of 100, 110 miles an hour can and have moved this fire down a football field in a matter of seconds,
prompting the governor to declare a state of emergency, forcing tens of thousands of people to evacuate.
When I was trying to load up my car, you could hear cars going through, like police cars, fire trucks, something like that, going through the neighborhood on a bullhorn telling everyone to evacuate.
I grew up in Louisiana. I've seen hurricanes, nothing like this.
Dry air, drought conditions, and hurricane-like winds from 80 to 100 miles per hour, with gusts reported up to 115 miles per hour, fed the quickly spreading wildfires, unusual for this time of year in Colorado.
This has been very uncharacteristic for December. We've been talking about, everybody's been talking about just the crazy weather, the lack of snow and lack of moisture. Unfortunately, this is one of the results that you see from this, the dry conditions.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Videos posted to social media show horrifying scenes. In Superior, customers flee a windy Costco parking lot, heavy smoke making visibility difficult. And inside a Chuck E.
Hello and welcome. Dozens of people in the Vancouver area of Western Canada have died in an unprecedented heat wave. Police say they've responded to almost 70 sudden deaths since Monday. Most of those who died were elderly. It has been extremely hot, temperatures very challenging. A new all-time record of 49.5 degrees Celsius, that's just over 121 Fahrenheit, was set on Tuesday. In the US as well, it's been hot in the Pacific Northwest, dangerous heat levels there. This is Portland, Oregon at 46.1 Celsius and more than 42 Celsius in Seattle as well. We're going to take you live to Seattle in a few moments. We'll also be asking how much climate change is contributing to the heat. First, though, this report from Tim Muffet.
In sweltering temperatures, help for the homeless in Edmonton, Alberta.
Ansana Yesu Kristo beba no okyere yen se anime bedi kan asisi na atwenya adwene si so se onam kwamu a oba na eno no mubruhunu afrem na nso beduru brebi no de ebefra se bande na mubruhunu enim ena nyankopa ye adom amehunu se sa ne no efra se a esisi nti ye wake up call edema Kristo ni bia se yenhwe se de ye boy ye bra eyiye papa na ye bekoso asrem se okoso support program we ya ubekwa send sika e dey abrani dey tua airtime no TV stations na kwakwa 5 enti so person send sika bra number between send dey ato so no message production and come dey go screen so man ya e 055 35 74933 usan disika na edi ebeba ye Joseph Anane nti enko evangelist on videos akwa sisi ano on chechi mai evangelist kagana nke beka ebetwani bi ne kotwa ba na ne tene wa num no na apaja
ebetwa wo so ye bompa ye se je ye hunu maybe mba ha sisi
amen
yakopon hu ye mobo se de wa ye ya hu ye mobo now I will say Revelation 16:8 and 9 abofo no a ekuta nyankopɔ bofuo no yesi omunhwemu asase so na baako de no ene se ode beka wia no na obemo wia no ahoden se enhye nipa ɛwɔ asase so na ɛhye wɔn so so a si ebesa kyare adwen no na afei ɔmo bɔ nyankopɔ supo ne yɛ kabo sɛ metio nyankopɔ yemmisa yɛ ho sɛ yɛn kyerɛ yɛntwa yɛ ninhwɛ kyiri kakra bɛyɛ mfi wɔ ha a atwa mu saa bere na owia teme bɔ ma akwaya na adan hyehyɛ sɛ de yɛhu yi yemmisa yɛ
bɔ saa na pagya
yes
na kwayɛ hye na dan yɛ hye
yemmisa ho sɛ
yɛnti bi mpani nsɛm da
sɛ ɛsimpo a ɛtumi ato ata so saa da kyerɛ sɛ ɛnɛ sɛ deɛ ɛsi yɛ ɛnɛ no ɔmo fɛ no the new normal kyerɛ sɛ ade foforɔ a ne yɛ abɛtena saa no ɛdin a ɔmode ama no bi enti ɔbɔfo a ɔhwɛ wia no so sɛ abɔdeɛ mu nyansapɛfo scientists ɔmo so de aba sɛ yɛ nipa no yɛnsa no nnwuma no ɛna akɔka wia no ɛma wia no ɛbɔ saa Bible so say yɛwɔ ɔbɔfo a ɔhwɛ wia no so
that's right
na Nyankopɔn bɔfo no ɛbɛhwie a saa bɔfo no bɛka wia no mo wia no abɔ dendenden ma ahye nipa ma wasase so sɛ bi dɔtɔ so miɛnsa no kyerɛ mo sɛ enipa wu wɔ Canada
that's right
France ɔmo hwehwɛ daa Pakistan wɔnwu India wɔnwu ɔhye no pagya ano ɛkyɛ sɛ ɛtumi to aso saa de go so no Nyankopɔn nankasa asa wiem
ɛnam sɛ mo bu mfra mu nti
saa
na ɔmo na ba fam kakra ma
fam kakra enti yɛn no mo asisie no ɛne yɛ gyina so de yɛ adanseɛ sɛ Onyankopɔn bufuo na mo bu mfra mu no ebi na yɛhwɛ
that's right
enti Kristofo hunu sɛ Nyankopɔn mra na yɛtoɔ no
ɛsusu aso
saa
enti wiase bɛfrɛ no climate change
saa
benyame asɛm bɛfrɛ no sɛ ɛyɛ Nyankopɔn abufuo
Nyankopɔn bufuo ɛna pɛ sɛ Kristofo atwi adwene so yɛ na obi frɛ me sɛ hin na yɛatwerɛ Bible mu sɛ climate change ame sɛ Bible ba yansa na climate change ne ba climate change yɛ din te sɛ wawo ba no wato din ade ne ba no ho to din bɛ Bible deɛ waka asɛm na to dada sɛ we owia ne bɛhye na ano bɛyɛ de ne bɛhye no ma bɛhye nipa ana de ne sɛ ne yato din climate change ne ne kyɛ sɛ afei na de no ɛwɔ hɔ dada ɛwɔ hyɛ no ɔmo hyɛ ne so ma yɛ yɛpɛ bi sɛ ka nto aso
production videos 6 to 9 ɛno nso ma da Roma mo nsa ro ɛma yɛn
I start driving away because I have to, you can still look back on Okay, sit. Sit.
This is Waladuna Mosque in Jakarta. Its roof is in ruins. Moss covers the walls, and seawater flows through every corner of it. The last time people prayed here was in 2001, back when it was above ground. Today, it's a warning sign. It signals what could happen to Indonesia's capital city if things don't change soon. Because even though Jakarta faces the same rising sea levels as other coastal cities around the world, that's not quite what we're looking at here. Jakarta is sinking.
sign Emma Mwakwa view. Evangelist. Yes. Any message you'll be sending about. What is it? Or say all the charismatic churches, no, they don't preach about end time message. To say they preach. Name you preach a prosperity. I would declare. And no nim. Dear Cosway, no, be a nim. And you cannot preach about what you don't know. Evangelist.
Fine. Yeah, no. Hebrew man didn't want to say. Ye share a crow for Franya Copon, Washam Bossa or Koyen, and I share no quite.
The NHR phone in the F1 years, sir,
and I have no quite. And you say, oh, Baba, I know my see, and I had one dance here. And ye catch some more haying in and say,
as watchmen of Zion,
yes,
ye shake the man, ya bokon.
Now, Omon share Sania, video decay. Omon say, glaciers, and as I make at the Sukutia, and Nana a durable pum. Ye Missa Hubu, say Yankobis hen and anon, say Omo by Riasino, Omo who sad didn't say AC Sapayana.
The Sukutin and Copon, yes, I see, say, dear, yes, when you need a weapon, a gopums are not a ma and a nema consumus agili. Says you can look 2125. Say a puno begin a better this year. That's right. Sir, a puna such a room in Chile. Sir, Entino or Bokroba could invite us on the North Jakarta, Indonesia. Nanya wonku, Mempasa can Ghana had the Ghana had the offer card drew from Mantem Fasa and D fan cry. A puno a dri a diably a Jamestown, voter region. I cut to other clue. Yes, K2 Ada, Omina Betia dance, Kakaka, sir. Entino, Osha, a puno a day and half in a to send pay if you will be a movie. And come such as a baba, a better this year. Then no young pompo food beer, sir. Tina Creso can say a puna sort of a bassa no see a becani pama. Yes. And to share video to me and Sanua. And no on my world map. We are seeing in a photo. That's right. And of him one baby a blue, baby a blue, baby a blue, baby a blue in United States, a po, a yellow fowl. And the video also not the children. One children said you or your neighbor. Nasukotia air nanny, a weapon, nepo, a year television. Said the sound one in the back to us of the I can't impede a dozen of 78 years. Near to the cat. Wow. And then video at also 9 years. Now, when no a body can crack. Now, you will GD say in Ruhona Christoaba. Yes, near my Sicilian in Ruhona Christoaba. Tienome and Yanko Bufua are doing Nimbo, a frame. Sir, Tina Agusora and Cosso. Yes,
Yeah, maybe the edition so to us.
When me bisa question and I know obi bisa and say Nyankopon ka kire Noah ana okantam say on fa nsuo en say wiase bio. Na fe adenti na pui water na she na obekata wiase so. Na kire Nyankopon de okan no wasesa na dwena na.
Nyankopon sesa na dwen. Noah breso no enye po ena ise wiase. Mo. Osuo no tofre so. Asase yem so papai. Tine efreso from he say Nyankopon asem. Osimema osuo ato, I will cause it to rain. Okay, say mama osuo ato. That's right. Where do you say epo ni be ma ensankyerene?
Tinye say epo na ebe say asase.
Debi. E twa say epo ma ensankyerene. He say ebin sida. Tine I say sisi ya na atwen adwen akonkom. Okay. Eno tina yesu ye di wadanse.
Yeah, that's evangelist. Afi production wadaroma the last videos no videos 10 to 13
Syria's longest river has receded, parching trees and leaving families of local farmers without water to drink. Aid groups and engineers have warned of a looming humanitarian disaster in northeast Syria. Plummeting water levels at hydroelectric dams have led to power cuts for up to 5 million Syrians since January. This comes in the middle of a pandemic and economic crisis. The Euphrates runs for almost 2,800 kilometers across Turkey, Syria and Iraq. It irrigates swathes of land in Syria and runs through 3 hydroelectric dams that provide power and drinking water to millions. However, over the past 8 months, the river has contracted and increasing the risk of dam turbines grinding to a halt. Experts say that there is an alarming drop in water levels, which has not been witnessed since the dam's completion in 1999. Since January, the water level has plummeted by 5 meters. It hovers just dozens of centimeters above the so-called dead level. Experts say that power generation has already fallen by 70% since last year across northeast Syria. 2 out of 3 of all potable water stations along the river are pumping less.
City. The Euphrates has been the cradle of civilization in West Asia. The river has been the lifeline for millions in Iraq and Syria for thousands of years. But now it has sunk to a historic low, sparking the region's worst water crisis in years. Our next report tells you more.
The mighty Euphrates River used to near Khaled Al-Hamis's farm. But now the river is only visible from a distance. The crops have been destroyed due to the lack of irrigation. Even worse, the farmer's family has been left without drinking water.
We are completely deprived of drinking water. The women have to walk 7 kilometers just to get a bucket of water for their children to drink.
Al-Hamis is among millions of Syrians who depend on West Asia's longest river, Euphrates. Water levels in the river have hit record lows. Neighboring Iraq has also been affected. Both Iraq and Syria have been dry countries. Despite this, the current drought is unprecedented. Rainfall has declined by 70%.
Euphrates was the longest river of Western Asia, but now a large portion of the Middle East lost freshwater reserves rapidly during the past decade. New data revealed an arid region of Tigris-Euphrates basin has become drier due to human consumption of water for drinking and agriculture. The research team observed the Tigris and Euphrates river basins, including parts of Turkey, Syria, Iraq and Iran, and found that 144 cubic kilometers or around 117 million acre-feet of fresh water was lost from 2004 to 2010, the roughly equivalent to the volume of the Dead Sea. About 60% of the loss was attributed to the pumping of groundwater from underground reservoirs. When a drought shrinks the available surface water supply, irrigators and others turn to groundwater. According to Jay Famiglietti, an alarming rate of decrease in total water storage in the Tigris and Euphrates river basins, which currently have the second fastest rate of groundwater storage loss on Earth, after India. The rate was especially striking after the 2007 drought. Meanwhile, demand for freshwater continues to rise, and the region does not coordinate its water management because of different interpretations of international laws. The drying up of the Euphrates River have revealed ancient archaeological sites.
Now to a dire warning about climate change. According to a new report, experts say that we have until 2030 to avoid catastrophe. It also says if unprecedented changes are not made and made soon, there will be irreversible damage to the planet. The report focuses on what could happen if global temperatures rise by more than 1.5 degrees Celsius or 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit. It would likely mean more erratic weather, dangerous heat waves, rising sea levels, and dying coral reefs. CNN meteorologist Ivan Cabrera is in the International Weather Center following this story. And Ivan, what more can you tell us about this very dire warning?
Yes, so 2030, I mean, we're talking about 12 years at this point here, getting very close. And of course, all the while, I mean, we've already seen climate change take its toll on the planet. So yes, another climate report and more bad news. This one, of course, from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. And I want
to... Emmanuel Usu Air Force will say, good evening, evangelist. Thank you very much for enlightening us. I'm watching the program with my elder, Mr. Defo Minuswabodini and Mr. JK. We are very much impressed of the work you are doing. Yami Insha Unso Papa. Evangelist. Na insua kesia.
Aye.
And every.
Oh. Revelation chapter 16, verse 12. That one here, Namu. I say, Obofo Baku. Or no shoe, Yanko Bufo Kruano. Ego se bonten Euphrates so mo na awe. Says you know, Ebra Mosi, all my ade bo hu abako semuno.
That's right.
Ye bo says you need ewo most of me can Genesis. Anya sana putin ewo edisem Revelation. Ade bo ahase says you know ewo. Sanso na ye bekwa wi Yesu says you know say dey.
Nidia say
pie. E say ka be chira Christopher. That's right. Now, what is a sound so no via a bed beer quine, Emma or Concasia, a basic Christo, named Natifo, and no one some Natifo in terminal. Sound so no via, and a Santa Juan, Abba, a Bema quine, Amasa, or Abba. If Cano the Battle of Armageddon. Wow. Now, I no, men can watch them say.
That's why if you next week, you can.
Yes. Now, I have for Ensha send you to Revelation chapter 16. Verse 12, 13, 14. Now 15 no key be o maybe so. Omo ko hwehwe sa key no. O key na na make o becha se. Ye mo so say. Ya ode ne yentena. Na ye be hu de wo. Nyame nhira mu nyina ye.
Even say that's be bring nyame nhira. Mama hwehwe me to for messages be say me you bia. Em say ye bring no cross. Okay, I told friends about these misfortunes. They said they have been happening long time ago, not only today. God bless. But what here news now? Unprecedented. Not just a should be mad, historic. Say can be visa as yet say. And yet deny even any pebia, do be catching Nubia, how about you watching?
Or say a sit uncroma bresso. Na a final no work it.
There be Nantessa.
And Tennessee,
see a dying. No see no ponoso. There be. Enti e move ba aso wode na ye wo na enipa de wo ye den a obi ho aka chen se dware di huni obeka cho se dama menwene na de wode hagen ba e kantamas ne kun no iwo nipa bu hade obeka bia wo bibika so hu enti e de ya sa na ye beko no kuzi se Yesu beka se wo wie wo tene ntene do ye fi enye fi na toto anya memransem omfa nya hwe no mu gisika kotena TV station e ka kire wiase nipa nyina se nyankopon mransem du na wo would this one which be abase Church of Christ na me de wo me bodin wo ka chapter 28 verse 4 na so do jack nyankopon bransem no o mu yi ne bonyefo aye na saafo no huna temu mu enti nyame ba hwehwe nyankopon bransem du no ah homeda ne ka ho bi ne fa ye adwuma no ahwe yi a na aka echi e de amawo mesra mo amada roma mama me fa announcement we entwam me wo fa kwaku brefo mo am wo habo tema habo ne de edi amudi nim no kudi na utedin no kudi ade ade ma me afiri mu a 29th of this month ye no wo bekwai asokore no do so Ghana apa na emum we de ye no bekwai asokore na bembe kwae no ehonom ne ye no on the 29th tie to nsa frado fo nyina samomra na ade to wani anya wa na uye na momra emesu ya bia eno akide no so pe coat papa bia your wedding and I say ako occasion bia mesre wa wo hema ya santroa the boutique na wo nkran akra Malcolm en champe on ukoko no ma shirt any suit bia pe bia no ya dia on sabeka e da do fase se mo te prenam share tumati no mu dodo so am send sika de maye no ye koso da mo ase ne pribia bebo mpaye no ye kai mo e wo mpaye bo se nyankopon ti asefo no enhira mo di yesu en no mo ma yesu ya keke ne yesu ya ne mfamu aba se ono obi ya kai ne no mom se wo yi dwamanfo agyae so ye kromfo agya akro no bo twe ho firi bone ho ne fa nyame mra nsem ni nyina ye dwuma na se nyame mmobru mu se beboaw na ahye ye nyina ye den na yetumi atena se ababrabo pa e de ahye ne din ani munyam me ye from asuafo de hye kofi kakare nyame akọ a wonam so kasa kire ne evangelist Joseph Anane na program a wo share ne ne anwumre no Mr Free Adaroma kuada anwumre wabra abo nondu no 10 PM no obese nya repeat no ahwe ihu anhira ye be se hye bio